Do you know what's worse than being hated as a player? Being hated as a coach. In this video, we're going to talk about all of the coaches on this list who have done all sorts of bad stuff. Fighting referees, encouraging violence, or just being a toxic coach. From like Babcock to Hunter and Keenan. Here are the most hated coaches in the NHL. Number 6, Dale Hunter. Dale Hunter, known for his aggressive and competitive playing style during his NHL career, carried that reputation into his coaching career. As a player, Hunter was a tenacious presence on the ice, earning a reputation as a relentless and sometimes abrasive competitor. This reputation followed him into his coaching role, in which he displayed a similar intensity and willingness to push his boundaries. Hunter's coaching career in the Ontario Hockey League, or the OHL, saw multiple suspensions and fines, indicating a pattern of behavior that raised concerns. One notable incident occurred in September 2005 when he received a 4-game suspension for failing to prevent one of his players from leaving the bench to start a fight in an exhibition game. This incident highlighted a lack of control on his team, which resulted in the disciplinary action from the league. The following year, in January of 2006, Hunter faced yet another suspension, this time for 2 games, along with a $5,000 fine for off-ice abuse of officials. His propensity for criticizing officials continued while he was fined yet another $5,000 later that year, after expressing dissatisfaction with the officiating following his team's playoff exit. Hunter's coaching style, marked by a willingness to push boundaries in a combative attitude, may have garnered respect for some of his competitors, but it also led to a divisive reputation among those who had sportsmanship and fair play as their values. While his coaching credentials and success with the London Knights are notable, his approach to the game and his interactions with officials have left a controversial legacy. Number 5, Herb Brooks. Herb Brooks, the legendary coach behind the Miracle on Ice, is remembered not only for his strategic brilliance, but also for his demanding and unconventional coaching methods. Brooks' coaching philosophy sometimes combined cerebral strategies with physically demanding training sessions. He expected nothing less than 100% effort from his players and was known to push their limits, subjecting them to exhausted bag states that didn't exactly enhance their conditioning like he expected. But that was the purpose. One of Brooks' most significant achievements was coaching the Team USA to a historic victory over the powerful Soviet team during the Cold War in the 1980 Winter Olympics. Recognizing the challenge of uniting group players from several different hockey programs who didn't necessarily like each other, Brooks implemented a coaching strategy with assistant coach Craig Patrick, and in this approach, Brooks played the role of the bad guy, fostering a sense of unity among the players against a common adversary, the coach. He harnessed the players' hostile energy and directed it towards their opponents, emphasizing the importance of team cohesion, and especially during this time. While Brooks was tough and demanding, his coaching style was characterized by an absence of profanity. Even when he did swear, it felt unusual to those who knew him well. Brooks strategically used his words to make a lasting impact, and demonstrated during the intermission of the game against Finland in the Olympics. Down 2-1 after 2 periods, he passionately reminded his players of the skates involved, emphasizing that this loss would haunt them for the rest of their lives. Brooks' willingness to be the bad guy and his ability to command respect from his players without always being liked is a testament to his coaching prowess. The players may not have always agreed with his methods, but they trusted him implicitly. This trust and respect, combined with Brooks' strategic genius, played a crucial role in Team USA's unlikely triumph and solidified his legacy as one of the greatest coaches in hockey history. Number 4, Mark Crawford. Allegations against Mark Crawford shed light on a troubling pattern of behavior during his coaching career. Former players, including Harold Drukin, Sean Avery, Ben Stoppel, Aaron Miller, and Patrick O'Sullivan, accused Crawford of fostering a toxic environment, to say it lightly. They claimed that Crawford struggled to work with younger players, often targeting specific individuals and resorting to verbal abuse and temper tantrums. This revealed a concerning aspect of his coaching style that impacted the well-being of his players. One infamous incident in Crawford's coaching history occurred during the Western Conference Final on May 22nd of 1997. Crawford, then coaching the Colorado Avalanche, lost his temper during a game against Scotty Bowman's Detroit Red Wings, who is another interesting coach, leading to a bizarre episode where he attempted to climb the glass partaton between the benches in a fit of rage. Crawford later publicly apologized, acknowledging that this embarrassment he caused wasn't just his embarrassment, but also embarrassed the league and his team. The most serious stain on Crawford's coaching legacy, however, revolves around the infamous Steve Moore-Todd Bertuzzi incident on March 8th of 2004. Crawford allegedly encouraged his players to seek revenge on Moore for a hit that had delivered to Marcus Naslund in a previous game. This encouragement set the stage for a violent attack by Todd Bertuzzi on Moore, resulting in Moore sustaining severe injuries, including 3 broken vertebrae and facial lacerations, immediately ending his hockey career. This incident not only raised ethical questions about Crawford's coaching methods, but it also had lasting implications for safety in the NHL. If you're enjoying this video so far, please leave a like and subscribe. And without further ado, here are the 3 most hated coaches in NHL history. Number 3, Mike Keenan. Mike Keenan was known for his intense coaching style and a career marked by frequent team turnovers and controversies. He has indeed earned a reputation as a polarizing figure in the hockey world. Throughout his coaching career, Keenan developed a pattern of quickly overhauling teams upon his arrival, and often he was then making bold statements and sometimes controversial personal decisions. His nickname Captain Hook reflects his tendency to pull goaltenders during games, and his controversial approach to players is well documented. Keenan's history includes public disagreements and power struggles with both players and upper management. His critical comments towards star players like Trevor Linden exemplify his no-nonsense attitude, where no one, regardless of their standing, was exempt from scrutiny. Several incidents, such as benching Dale Hawerchuk despite his dying grandmother tending the game, and stripping Brett Holt of his captaincy after a confrontation, just showcases Keenan's uncompromising and sometimes contentious approach. Even legendary players like Wayne Gretzky were not immune to Keenan's critical assessments. The verbal sparring match with hockey analyst Nick Caprios further exemplifies Keenan's direct and unapologetic communication style. Keenan's coaching career is a mixture of success and controversy, leaving an indelible mark on the NHL and ensuring that his legacy is remembered for both his achievements and, most importantly, the conflicts that defined his tenure. Number 2, as a Flames fan, I love to talk about this, okay? John Tortorella. Holy. John Tortorella, often seen as a fiery and outspoken figure in the hockey world, has indeed faced his fair share of controversies and misconceptions throughout his coaching career. While some perceive him as a hothead prone to temper fits and aggressive actions, it's crucial to recognize that the multifaceted nature of his coaching career has style and personality, as seen whenever he talks about reporters, for instance. Tortorella's on-ice incidents, such as the water bottle incident with a fan and critical comments about the league's officiating, has contributed to his reputation as a coach who doesn't shy away from expressing his opinions, even if it means facing fines or suspension. However, it's worth noting that some of his criticisms, often about officiating, have been justified, as replays have sometimes supported his views. Tortorella's demanding coaching style and expectation of maximum effort from his players have sometimes led to his conflicts and alienation, particularly with the top players. Despite this reputation, as exemplified by the Pierre-Luc Dubois trade, where personality conflicts was rumored to be a factor, it's important to acknowledge the positive aspects of Tortorella's coaching approach. Upon leaving the Columbus Blue Jackets, players had the opportunity to evaluate Tortorella as a head coach, and many expressed understanding and respect for his coaching style. Pierre-Luc Dubois, despite the reported conflicts, acknowledged Tortorella's challenging coaching approach, emphasizing that it was never really personal and it was always aimed at bringing out the best in players. In the end, while Tortorella's coaching style may not be universally loved, it's clear that he he has earned some sort of respect for some players for his commitment to pushing them to their limits and, of course, his desire to see them succeed on the ice. The public perception of John Tortorella often focuses on the more confrontational aspects of his personality, overshadowing the positive impacts he's had on players who appreciate his coaching philosophy. Number 1. Mike Babcock. Mike Babcock's coaching career indeed boasts notable achievements, including leading the Anaheim Ducks to the Stanley Cup final in his inaugural season as an NHL head coach, and capturing the Stanley Cup with the Detroit Red Wings in 2008. However, despite his on-ice success, the coaching legacy has been marred by controversies and allegations of mistreatment towards players. Babcock's coaching style, characterized by a demanding and often confrontational approach, faced scrutiny, particularly during his time with the Toronto Maple Leafs. The downfall of Babcock's coaching career was accentuated by accusations of verbal abuse and questionable treatment of players. Incidents such as scratching veteran players before significant career milestones like Mike Modano and Jason Spezza sparked public criticism. The controversial decision to task rookie Mitch Marner with ranking his teammates by work ethic, then sharing the list with his team, further fueled discontent. Former players including Johan Franzen and Chris Chelios spoke out about the negative experiences and verbal abuse they endured under Babcock's coaching. Mike Commodore, in particular, has been vocal about his disdain for Babcock, expressing a deep-seated animosity that underscores the coach's troubled relationship with certain players. These factors ultimately contributed to a tarnished reputation for Babcock, reflecting a complex legacy that extends beyond his coaching success. If you're in for more NHL content, leave a like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments below which NHL coach, known for their controversial actions or coaching style, do you think faced the most unjust criticism, and why? Share your thoughts on whether certain coaches have been unfairly perceived as villains in the hockey world, or, controversially, if the opposite is true. Thank you, and bye.